Well, hello there, you beautiful people. I go by Hooligan, and oh yeah, we're about to do some Minecraft. And in the last episode, we built this Nordic keep, as well as finishing off our medieval Nordic town. This is one of many towns we have now, and we have more to build. And then we went absolutely insane, spending over 26 hours, I think it was closer to around 30, building a wither skeleton farm and spawn proofing the Nether, which took over 60,000 slabs, as well as tons of lava curtains. Now, in this one, we have a whole lot of things to do, but our main build of the episode is going to be transforming our Guardian farm into something beautiful and grand, because this is episode 20, and it just has to be epic. So that's what we're going to do. Well, what's up, dudes? I hope everybody is having a lovely day. We're here on episode 20, and oh, this is going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. And just like that nerd editor Hooligan was just saying, we have a very large build to do. But that is not the only thing. We have some grand plans. Being episode 20, we are going to, let's count them off. 1, kill 19 ender dragons, which makes 20 dead ender dragons and 20 open gateways. We are going to take out 64 withers. Oh yes, we want a whole lot of beacons. And one other thing we really got to do, we're going to activate a little segment I like to call Finish What You Started, Nerd, because I kind of ended the episode last time with not finishing this farmland right here. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll get down to fun stuff. Now, we have a rough idea of what we want to do right here. One, we know we want to have a cocoa bean field and a vineyard of sorts, and some cozy little houses to go along with them. These houses are going to be a little more grand than the peasant houses that we're going to be building in just a little bit. Now, we start playing with some designs for the cocoa bean field because we do want it to look pretty. However, this is going to be an actual functional farm because we need a whole bunch of brown dye because I love using terracotta, and brown terracotta is one of my favorites to use. And since it's somewhat of an exotic crop, we go with a little bit brighter colors on this house, specifically lime terracotta, moss, and some green concrete powder, and I think it comes out pretty cute. Then we move on to the vineyard and the berry farmer's house. Now, I kind of forgot to start recording when I started making the vineyard, but it is what it is. Now, as far as the color palette for this building, I wanted to go with a whitewashed building with dark trim. It gives it more of a establishment look than just a house, and that's what I wanted, because people would come here to buy grapes, wine, whatever, and I think it came out pretty cool. And we wanted to add one more field. This is the last field that will go in this area, and that way the two farmers here, they can rotate the crops out, and each one can work 2 or 3 fields. I like that idea, and I think it comes out pretty cool. So we built a couple little peasant houses. Now, I'm eager to go slap some ender dragons around, but we still have just a couple things to do, but they're going to be pretty quick. So we have one more house to put in this area. This will be the last house. And, well, that's not a house, that's a chicken coop. And yeah, that's where our free-range chickens are going to go, because I haven't even spawned any of the new chicken variants yet. So that's where they're going to live, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. The house design, I think, came out pretty cool, too. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And the last thing we need to do is finally put this bridge in right here, going from the cathedral over to the main town. Now the area is completely done. Oh yeah. That makes a big difference to the area. By a lot. And this building right here is probably my favorite. I did 3 different designs for berries or whatever, grapes. This one's like a hanging vineyard. This one's obviously just like a little berry farm. And this is like a little custom berry farm. That's what I could come up with. I wish there was more like decorative blocks like this, though. And our little free-range chicken coop here, along with the chicken farmer's house, is missing one thing. Chickens. And I have a stack of each of the new variants. I will be really sad if I don't get any out of each of these. Oh, thank you. Alright, well, we got 3 of these guys and 1 of these guys. I'm happy with that. Hopefully I can get some more eggs from this guy. And you might be wondering, dude, what's your deal with chickens? Well, fun fact. My neighbor, a couple houses down from me, just has chickens. And I don't mean like they're in a chicken coop. I mean, there's no fence or anything. They just roam the neighborhood. It's interesting when you come outside and there's a chicken on your car. And that's not a joke at all. Yeah, at one point they had turkeys too, and I came outside to see a very large turkey on my neighbor's Camaro. Yeah. And with one thing checked off the list, it's time to move on to Withers and Ender Dragons. But first, we're going to need a whole bunch of ghast tears. Now, we have two options. We can just go fly around looking for ghasts, or we can make a farm. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. I will need some more wither roses if I do the farm. Yeah, that might be what we do. We got plenty of eggs. And these guys have served us quite well, but I can't deal with the noise anymore. Sorry, guys. That is a lot of chicken XP. And we'll just leave our little hidden setup down here, just in case we ever need to use it again. It ain't hurting anything. Okay, we already have everything ready to go. Let's go cheese the wither, and I mean a lot. Now, we did this once in the last episode, so I'm not going to bore anybody with details, because we got other things to do. We need to get this done quick and get going. But I will say, I have to do this every time I do this. Disclaimer, if you play Bedrock, don't do this. It will not work. Just don't do it. All right, now, let's do this. Now, that is a good amount of wither roses. I think we're good, probably forever. If we need any more, we'll actually set up a wither farm. Now we just gotta kill this dude 61 more times. So, super duper speedy mode. Over 60 withers dead in under 20 seconds. Is this cheesy? Absolutely. Do I regret it at all? Absolutely not. No. I've fought in the wither out in the open and survived just fine. However, when you need this many beacons, no, I can't go and fight 61 withers, especially not when I'm making content. 62 nether stars, and with the beacon we have at home and the other nether star we have at home, that is a full stack of beacons. Now, the reason we need to do this first is because, well, one, we needed the wither roses, and we'll never be cheesing the wither again in this playthrough. Hopefully this playthrough never ends. However, though, we also are going to need a whole bunch of obsidian. And before we actually get the obsidian, we need to kill the ender dragon a whole bunch of times, because otherwise, any digging I do is just going to reset all the pillars. And, well, spoiler alert, I'm going to delete all these pillars and the entire island at some point. So I don't want to backtrack. Now that we essentially have our stack of beacons, it's time to go get a stack of ghast tears. And yeah, we're going to build a farm. So yeah, let's go do that. Are all those endermen who jumped through the portal when I was fighting the withers, are they going to be at spawn? This is a weird place to spawn. Oh. I'm at my iron farm, and they are here. Interesting. Alright, well, let's put this crap away and go see what we actually need. Alright, well, we have everything we need to go build a gas farm. We actually have enough to build several layers of a gas farm if we want to do that. Let's go find a good location. And of course, we're going to do this on the nether roof. And so we don't clutter too much stuff in one direction of our nether hub, we got lots of stuff going to the east, we got stuff going to the north and south. One thing we got going to the west is our stronghold, so let's see if we can't find a soul sand valley over there. So these slabs here represent exactly where our west road's going to be coming through. And I think we're going to put our farm right there, because on the other side, just a little bit over there, is our way to the stronghold. It just makes sense. I don't want everything to be cluttered on one side. Now, let's get to building this. Now, I have zero clue who originally designed this gas farm, but I learned to make it from a content creator called KelpMC, and I'll be putting their video in the description, because it was a well put together video, and, well, it was just a good tutorial. So, thank you to them. We did modify it a little bit, though. So, we used glass instead of slabs for the top of this farm, which is not normally what you do. Before we do an AFK test, let's just fly away and come back and make sure something spawns in here. Well, that's not working the way I want it, and I'm not willing to fly straight up in the nether. That's how you smack your face on the ground and pop a totem. Let's just pillar up a scaffolding. Well, that scared me. Uh, it clearly works. All right, well, that's definitely working. Let's turn on our collection system and let's AFK this for an hour. All right, well, it's been about an hour and a half because we got distracted with real life. Let's go see what we ended up with. That is not terrible. That is not terrible. Mainly because, well, we're not going to be needing many more gas tiers after we fight the Ender Dragons. An occasional regeneration potion, but I don't use many of those. So I don't think we need to do another layer. I think this is just fine. And if my mathing is correct, that's enough for 19 Ender Dragon fights, plus about 5 left over for regeneration potions later. Let's go get geared up, and let's go get fighting. All right, I think we have everything that we need. The rest of the Ender Pearls we'll just get in the end. That's where all the Endermen are. And we got some night vision potions we're bringing along too. We're not sure if we're going to use them or not. We'll see. So, let's go do this. Get these pearls and get this fight started. All right, let's get this party started. We'll count them off as we go. Now, in a minute, we're going to rapid fire off the rest of these dragons, but for this first fight, we're just going to talk for a minute. Yeah, you got to hear my stupid voice. I mean, you don't have to. You could leave, but then you might miss something awesome and stupid that I say. Anyways, anytime I fight the Ender Dragon after I've already got my Elytra, I am always going to fly fight him. Absolutely. One, it's so much easier, and two, it's more fun. And three, if I get under the in-gateway and try to melee him, I could definitely see myself dying. Yeah, I've told you guys many times that I am an idiot, and that probably would be how I go out. But anyways, after we kill all these dragons, we have to come up with an idea what to do with the inn, because we are going to transform it. And the last season, we kind of transformed it into a deity in space kind of idea. But this one, I don't know. We're going to do something different. Alright, that's one. 18 more to go. And that makes 20 dead ender dragons and 20 end gateways open. Now, we're eventually going to be doing something with this end island, probably deleting the whole thing and making something custom out of the end. But right now, we just want the obsidian. We brought along one of our stars, and we're going to make our first beacon, but we need a whole bunch of this obsidian to make the rest of our beacons and our ender chests. So we're going to set up a beacon, probably delete one of the small towers, and probably just leave the beacon here afterwards, honestly. In the future, we're going to have to melt our brains mining every bit of this obsidian. But right now, we just want 11 stacks to make good on all the stuff that we said we wanted to make. And, well, might as well get it started now. Alright, well, we pretty much got everything we need from the end right now. Let's get on home. So now we can make ourselves 64 ender chests and 62 more beacons. And as far as the iron, let's head over to our iron farm and stock this bad boy up. We didn't do all this to not do that. And this chest right here means we are ready to do some serious work. Oh, and I think I mentioned it before. The reason I wanted all this stuff in this particular box is when we come across an area that we want to build a kingdom or something large, we're going to put down a beacon and a sign and an ender chest, and we'll mark that as a location for a new empire or a new mega build or whatever I'm going to plan on doing there. Here's a few examples. So right here, this right here is going to be our future air temple and gas sanctuary. And well, the whole air temple thing, it's going to become a theme because I want to do an air, a fire, a water, which you'll see pretty soon, and an earth. And then way up to the north, we have our desert. This is going to be the site of a future Babylonian empire, kind of an oasis in the desert, if you will. I'm pretty excited for this one because I have never really built anything in the desert before. And the last beacon we want to set up right now is at our Guardian farm, because it's time to transform this thing. And well, like I mentioned before, this is going to be the water temple. And I got some grand ideas for it. So let's slap a beacon down and figure out what kind of color palette we want to get going for this thing. And there's no reason to put an ender chest or a sign down here, because we're not going to be working down here. We'll be working up there, and we already know what's going here. Now, this is the third ocean monument that we've drained in our time playing Minecraft. The first one was one of the first videos I ever made. It was just a little short video, and I kind of turned it into an Atlantis-style ruined city. Last season, we covered it up and built a Greek empire on top of it. And in this one, obviously, we're going to be doing a water temple. And I don't think I want to have the farm visible, so we're probably going to be covering it up. One thing's for sure, we're going to need some blocks. Dark prismarine, well, it's available here at the farm because we got plenty of ink back home. But I'm going to need a whole lot of quartz. I don't even know if I have any. I should probably go find that out. Back at our storage house, we start evaluating how much quartz we have and how much we're going to need. Now, I have only a general idea of what I'm trying to build here, so most likely I'm going to have to come back and get more at some point. But this right here is definitely not enough. So we start trading our massive amounts of resources to villagers so we can trade that for more quartz. The main ones being our infinite ink, our infinite pumpkins, our infinite melons, and well, some iron too. But we only have 2 people who trade iron, and they're not really worth the time most of the time. Now, most of these villagers in the whole of Outcast have very crappy trades. However, they still have quartz, which is really the only reason they're still here. And for when I need brick really quickly. Now, the ones over at the Citadel in our good trading hall, they have awesome terracotta trades. But unfortunately, we're not here for terracotta right now. We only need quartz, and we need so much of it. And sadly, I had to dip into the raw quartz supply as well, which is really sad because I need most of this for redstone stuff. But whatever, we got a good amount of supplies now. We have a decent amount of supplies to get our idea started. So let's go ahead over to the monument, or the Guardian farm, and just play around with some ideas and see where it's going to go. While our farm's putting in its work, let's get our foundation set up. Now, we're going to be winging this entire project. One thing I do know is I want a big tower in the middle, and at the top of that tower is going to be our AFK spot. Now, I do not have to go too high with this tower because, well, most of the caves and whatnot underneath our build here are full of water. They're all water caves. Very, very little aren't. So if we need to spawn proof a little bit, we can get that done really, really quick. And I don't want the tower to be too insanely high. And we're going to be using water elevators and drop chutes to access, well, the AFK spot and also our portal, because we're going to leave our portal down at the bottom. You'll see what I mean with that later. It's going to be pretty cool, actually. So we started designing our tower, just winging it, and we're pretty happy with the way it comes out. Now, when we start decorating it here in a minute, admittedly, I use way too many leaves, so I decided to come back in and remove about half of what I put there. But the tower, all in all, looks pretty cool. And we have an idea for the walls around this, so we do a little test run, and we just build the front of one of the walls, and kind of get an idea of where all the towers and posts are going to go. And, well, I think it came out pretty cool. The downside is we are very low on supplies. The idea's coming together, and this thing has no detail right now. Like, these little pillars right here, like, they're not just going to be square. They're square for right now, though. And this roof is only half done because, well, we ran out of dark prismarine again. But we have plenty of ink to make more. We just got to go get it from home. Speaking of which, we had an entire shulker of quartz block. We now have like 2 stacks. That's going to be a problem. The tower pretty much ate up most of it. And once we get these walls in, these areas right here, between the pathways, they're going to be designated for different things. This one over here, with this little pond right here, or whatever you want to call it, a little water fountain, this is going to be like a garden area. This right over here is going to be a reflecting pool area. It's going to look really cool. This pathway over here is going to be a little more elevated than the rest of the pathways because it's going to go right over to the actual water temple. Now, as far as what we're putting right here and right here, I'm not really sure yet, but we'll wing it and figure it out. And our AFK area for the farm is up there, but we cannot use it yet. Why? Because until I know this entire thing, well, is done and spawn-proofed, this would happen. So I'm just up there AFKing, and a creeper spawns right on that bridge, and it just wanders over this way and says, oh, I'm going up. I'll be AFKing right here, and he comes up and gives me a hug. That's bad. That's bad. And to get back down, we just do this. Anywho, I'm going to head back home and re-up our supplies. The good news is I don't think we're going to need nearly as much quartz in the walls as we did this. Maybe in the temple, though. Whatever. Let's go get the stuff. Alright, well, we re-upped a whole bunch of our stuff. Let's see where it gets us now. Why I thought this was a good idea to commit this much to one episode, I'll never know. I'll never know, but whatever, I'm in it to win it, and we're gonna get this done. So we activate Ultra Super Duper Speedy mode, and just get back to the grind with a fresh batch of resources. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, these resources do not last. I have to trade so much with villagers to get everything we need, but I am happy that I got to finally use my happy Ghast to do a little bit of work, and in this situation, it worked out pretty well. I was able to go around and just add some trim to the outside, and pretty easy. And there he is just going crazy in the background. Now this other side here goes a lot more smooth because, well, it's just a duplicate of the other side we just did. So there's not really much thinking involved. It's just work. And well, that's what we do. And after we get this side done, we're going to be focusing on some of the detail areas. Like right here, this is our reflecting pool. And it's a little grainy right now because the stupid rain messed up my stupid footage yet again. Very, very stupid, right? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, we decided we're just going to stick with our same color palette because it's been working, and we're going to switch that up here shortly, but for right now that's what we're going with. And for the other side of the little decorative area that we've pretty much done is going to be our flower garden, and we decided we wanted to run a little waterfall, little pond out into the middle, little pathway around it, and just some various pretty flowers. Yeah. Our temple is coming along, and I am absolutely falling in love with this place. Like, I don't know why I didn't do this a long time ago, honestly. Probably because I didn't want to melt my brain yet. But whatever. So we have 3 things left that we need to do. 1, we need to do the interiors and mob-proof everything in this place. 2, whip together these walls over here and build a temple right here. I'm thinking we're going to switch up the colors a little bit and go with a red roof. And I'm not sure about the walls just yet. We're probably going to stick with the quartz. Maybe. We'll figure that out. And as far as these little 2 areas right here, I'm thinking I don't really want a bunch of stuff there. I'm thinking maybe just a bunch of water features. I mean, it's a water temple. We'll figure that out, though. You know me. I play things by ear. And the last thing we're going to have to do is figure out what we're going to do with the underneath of our temple here. Because, well, it just can't be floating in the air. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I have to go get back on my resource grind yet again. But don't worry, I'm not going to show it this time. Just know that I'm doing it. We'll probably have a little under 80 days to get all this done once I finish that. Well, let's get back to this grind. Let's finish this up strong. The temple is almost done, but before we do a little tour, we gotta slap a little basic interior in this, I don't know what you call it, rotunda? Whatever. It needs some floors and stuff. So we start slapping a floor in, and we're sticking with dark prismarine for the floor and the roof. 1, because it fits the vibe of the build, and 2, because, well, we tapped out a lot of resources building this thing, and it's what we have the most on hand at the moment, and it just works anyways. And as far as the rest of these decorations go, we're just, whatever we have in our decoration boxes, we're just trying to make it work. We don't want to over-decorate either, though. That's also important to this build. What do you think, Gastolf? Are we happy? Are we happy? Well, I mean, you're always happy. Look at you. You're happy. Anyways, yeah, I think we're pretty happy with our build. Right here, our little reflecting pool that we can just lounge out at. Over here's our little flower garden. Oh, yeah, you can't be in a flower garden and not feel good. And as far as the interior, and the interior's coming along too. We kind of ran out of some blocks. We don't have any more glow lichen on hand because we really need to fix some of this whitewashed wall. I love the blocks, but they just need a little bit of breakup from the glow lichen. But anyways, it came out pretty neat, I think. Also, this painting here, as well as a couple others I put down, I didn't even know existed. Like, when did this get added? It's pretty cool. And this theme just kind of travels around the whole circle. Yeah. As far as this water pool here, as well as the one going up to our AFK platform, we're missing lily pads and other aquatic blocks that we really need to put in there. Small drip leaves, etc., etc. I don't have time to go get them right now, but we'll fancy this up a little bit later. Now, some of you guys know I like to just break out random lore in a build when I do it. And the whole idea here is the water temple, it's supposed to be a place that's hard to get to, and it's about a spiritual journey. Yeah, that's right. The air temple that we'll be building will be all about knowledge, maybe even leaning towards arcane knowledge. The fire temple, well, that's going to be a dark one. And the earth temple is going to be all about physical strength. Yeah, there's your dose of lore. And the last thing I want to show you before we get out of here and get on to our very last task of the episode is these two water elevators right here. Now, that one obviously comes up. This one goes down. Normally, I would make a drop chute and not even worry about the water. However, in this situation, I want the water to be visible up there. But anyways, it leads right down to our Guardian farm. And this thing has overproduced now. I can't actually keep up with the drops. I might have to make like a sorting system, honestly. And to get back up, just like that. All right, now there's one more promise I made in the last episode that I gotta make good on. Let's go do this. And that is update our map. Let's head over to the map room and see if we even have enough room to do this. Now, it's been almost 2,000 days since we updated this map, and we have added a whole lot of stuff to this world. The prison, a big lake right here, finishing the town, the zoo, the Nordic city, the castle, decorating the creeper farm, roads, and the nature kingdom up here. And of course, way over here, the temple. Now, that being said, this is a 5x5, and we're going to need to expand it. It'll be centered right here, and we're going to need to go to the west one map, to the north one map, and to the east at least 2 maps. See if the Citadel even shows up. We might have to knock this wall out and go one more. Now, this takes us over 10 days to complete because, well, we had to expand the maps much farther than we originally thought to be able to fit the temple in the view. But anyways, we're just going to show the highlights of the most important things that we revealed, and that is the zoo, the little farming area with the cathedral, this factory right here, and the museum. Of course, our Nordic town and the castle. Oh, probably our favorite build to date ever in Minecraft. Our nature empire, which, well, we dig it, and our newest build. We have officially survived 4,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. Oh, have we done a lot of stuff. The newest addition is, well, the temple up there. The city over here just looks awesome. I can't really see the nature empire too much because, well, it's nature, kind of blends in. And, well, of course, the zoo. And so much more. And look at all of this real estate we have to work with. Out of all of these, though, I'd say the Citadel looks the coolest. It just looks evil. It definitely looks like a dwarven compound. And we had to expand that wall out quite a bit. Yeah, that ocean monument was way further than we thought it was. But anyways, that's the end of this episode. Yeah, this one's been a long one. And, well, in this last 1,000 days, we took on big projects, spending over 250 days per episode. In the next 1,000 days, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to shoot for more like 150 days per episode and just rapid fire off a bunch of somewhat medium-sized cool builds. But before we call this, I want to do a little cinematic flyby of our newest build. And a little announcement, too. Announcement time. Now that we've hit 20 episodes in Season 2, we are going to be releasing the World Tour and World Download for Season 1. Yeah, we'll be making a video on that within probably the next day. And once it's released, it'll be in the cool stuff for cool people section of my page. Now, we have the movie format of this 1,000 days coming up. We have new episodes coming up. We have a world tour of this world coming up. But that is not all. We want to try to get back to live streaming. I haven't picked a day to commit to yet because life's been crazy. But, speaking of life being crazy, I hope everybody's life out there is absolutely amazing and everybody's having a beautiful day. But for right now, I'm done, guys. Peace and love. I'll see you in the next one.